the body follows the mind. And in Kona, I did a 20-part video series. You were there, actually. 20-part video series. In every single video, never once did I believe in myself. Never once did I even internally, you can tell, not even internally did I voice that I have any chance to be competitive, to try to win. And the body followed. And so I had weak mind, weak training, weak body, weak performance. And it was Trevor Foley, when he came by me on the bike in Kona, pushing 340 watts, a guy who believes in himself, who has great talent, and who had the desire and willingness to do what it takes to win, to wake me up. And he came by me at, I would assume, 330 to 340 watts in an Ironman, in one of the hardest Ironmans in the world. And he was like, I'm pushing 340 watts, let's go! And he rode 4 flat in the race. Now, he had an unfortunate mishap and crashed, so we'll never know how he was gonna run, but he woke me up, because when he went by me, it was like, I remember that. I used to be like that guy. I used to have that energy as well. And so the major lesson has been that we made a video about this in December, and I never read the comments, but you guys gave me the Cliff Notes version of the comments, which was that people were laughing at me and they think I'm washed up and like I'm just changing shit around again and again and again. And the video was titled, Winning Starts in the Mind. I don't think winning starts in the mind. I know winning starts in the mind. And when I watched the video, I'm like, well, that's one of the best videos we've ever done. I mean, if you want to know how this game actually works, that video elucidates exactly how it works. And I already knew that a decade ago. And I spent a decade of analysis testing if that's actually true. And there was even a point where I almost thought it was corny, people saying things like that, like, you have to believe in yourself first. You're not gonna be able to do it if you don't believe in yourself. I almost felt that was like corny. And truly, that is the foundation of high performance. So the best example I can think of is Gustav in 2021 or whatever year that was, the Nice 70.3 Worlds, posts a picture of himself the day before the race and says, the 2021 70.3 World Champion. And the race was the next day, and then he won the race the next day. And that is a great deal of the source of the success there. And so winning starts in the mind. And so we made a video. I literally laid out in the video what I thought you needed to be able to do to win Oceanside. Okay, now you've got to bridge the gap because you ain't running them down. So how are you going to bridge them down? I mean, I would say at least 400 watts. For how long? I'm not sure, but for quite a long time. At least 400 watts. And that might not be enough. And then, now, you're coming off the bike with top tier, current crop, ITU guys. The course record on that course is like 108 flat or something. I mean, you're going under 109. It's always a theory. Of course, the more experienced you get, the more informed your theories are. So it was a very informed theory. And then that wrote the training for me. And I hit most of those targets. The swim target was the one that was the most off. And of course, I had, of the 3 disciplines, the worst performance in the swim. But I had, quite frankly, my best discipline in Kona was the swim. So I had to devote, like, you don't get something for nothing. I had to spend some time focused on my bike and run again and put the swim to the side a little bit. And I did that. But when I had my only mental breakdown swimming next to Mark Dubrick approximately 6-7 weeks ago now, where he lapped me in a 200, then I was like, okay, it's probably time to take the swim off the back burner. And so the swim has been progressing fantastically. I didn't swim very well. I don't swim very well in cold conditions. I don't do very well in cold conditions, and the water was quite cold. My swim is progressing well. My bike and my run are at least back to acceptable levels. There's still, like I said, I've left room on the table. Who cares who wins Oceanside if you do shit in World Championships? And so I've left time on the table, and I'm excited to get back to work. I will do an analysis on Monday. I'm gonna embrace this. I'm going to relish in this for tonight and Sunday, And then Monday I'll do an analysis of how much time Christian lost in the flat tire and what it would have taken to beat Christian if he didn't get a flat tire, because I want to be the best, and he's one of the best guys in the world and certainly a contender for the world title. And so that's part of training, is racing the best guys, and if you don't beat them, then analyzing what it would have taken to beat them, and that will inform the training moving forward. So that's the process. I knew that a decade ago. I spent a decade overcomplicating it, only to come back to where I was a decade ago, and here I am. But now I know it.
You have 3 weeks between now and Texas. Are we going to see some of your training, and are you hitting your benchmarks for race day in Texas?
I still have some training to go for sure. I definitely need to do a couple more long rides for sure. I'll probably do 2. This has provided a great stimulus, and so I need to absorb the stimulus. Literally, this was the end of the season last year. Literally, I fractured my rib the next week, and the season just went downhill from then on. So if you do it right, this is a phenomenal stimulus if you allow your body to absorb it. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to get back to training, be very conservative, because I am in good form. I have been doing a long ride. I think I've done 12 long rides, so it's not like I'm lacking, but I do feel that I need to do a little bit more. And so, but I'm not going to push it. So I'll probably be back training, let's say, give myself 6 days to recover from this, and then I'll put in a 7 or 8 day block. So it's not much. Most of the training's already been done, but we'll put out a couple of videos in that time. And then we'll be in Texas, and we're basically racing this exact field all over again. And so I'm excited for that. The Ironman, I know I can do 70.3s. I know I can do Ironmans too. But, you know, I do feel that I have some proving to do again, mainly to myself at the Ironman. And the big thing is that I want to race to win. And I want to prove to myself that I can at least race to win.
Time you see my head down, that's when I'm praying. When my back is turned, the only time they wanna see it. Water on me, floor is cold as ice, I'm finna trade, yeah. And serve it to the people, they need hope, it's no delay. Yeah. The odds against me, back against the